Hi everybody, my name is Chase Norton. I am going to show you my module for our front-end project, which is going to be the updates section of KickStarter.com, or a clone of KickStarter. So the updates section is a display, kind of a timeline display of various blog posts. And then when you click on those individual timeline events, it takes you to the blog post page itself. And so that is what I'm going to show you today. And then we're going to talk about some of the challenges and struggles. So this is, you come here, this is an example of the timeline. So it's grabbing all of this from our Mongo database. We have seeded it so that all of this is randomly generated via Faker. And we have, of course, randomly generated comments and likes here. And then the date as well, and whatnot, and the launch date and all that. So then if we click on individual blog posts, we will see that it brings up the individual blog itself and showcases that. This is still a work in progress. This is going to be my next few days of work, but this is currently where it's at. And so changing that view from the timeline to this, to each individual blog post, and if I do type in a different project, it'll bring up a completely different project where I can click on that one, and then it'll show me the blog post for that as well. So I would say, like, with this project, one of the biggest struggles so far has been pulling back, really, in how much I attempt to do. When I first started this, I thought that I was going to get through 3, 4, 5 different modules, build the entire KickStarter.com in its entirety. And I think one of the things that I've learned is to not shoot for so far, but to look more at like what I'm doing and to perfect and finesse what I'm doing right now. Another thing that I think was really important is pulling back on the technologies that I'm trying to learn. Not technologies I'm trying to do, but like technologies I'm trying to learn. And I make that distinction because you gave us just enough time to kind of hang ourselves with this project. I started off saying, like, from day one, I'm using GraphQL, I'm using Cassandra, I'm going to use Koa, I'm going to use all these technologies I've never used before because we have enough time. And what I ended up finding is that the complexity of them made it much more difficult to progress at a pace that would allow me to finish in time. And because they were all so new, it was something that was really impeding my progress. So slowly I started to say, okay, I'm not going to use Cassandra, I'll use Mongo. Okay, I'm not going to use GraphQL, I'm going to use a REST API. And finally, at the end of the day, I'm at the technologies that I knew going into this, because those are the ones that I can actually progress with. I think what I've learned by this is that I learn best by doing and learning. And what I mean by that is, an example is during the change of this from the timeline view to the blog post view, I realized that I needed something more advanced than what I currently been working with. And so I sought out and learned Reactor. And so that's kind of an example between the learning and then learning while doing. Anyways, that's my project. Thanks so much. See you soon.